Hey everyone, today I'd like to discuss the continuum approach to leadership. The continuum of leadership is a model that describes different leadership styles based on the degree of authority the leader exercises versus the level of freedom given to subordinates. It was first introduced by Robert Tannenbaum and Warren Smith in 1958 and revised in 1973. The continuum model presents leadership as a spectrum ranging from highly autocratic to highly democratic styles. The continuum leadership aims to illustrate the range of leadership styles a manager, CEO, or an executive can adapt, from highly directive and controlling or autocratic to highly participatory and empowering or laissez-faire, allowing leaders to choose the most appropriate style based on the situation and their team's needs rather than being fixed to one approach, essentially highlighting the flexibility needed to adapt leadership behavior depending on the context. The TELS leadership or autocratic leadership, the leader makes decisions and expects subordinates to follow without input, used in situations where quick decisions are needed or employees lack experience. The sales leadership, the leader makes the decision but explains and persuades subordinates to accept it, often used when a leader wants to gain support for a decision. The consults leadership. The leader presents the decisions, invites feedback, and may modify it based on employee input. It increases employee engagement but keeps the final decision in the leader's hands. The joint leadership or democratic leadership. The leader shares the problem with employees and make decisions based on group consensus, encourage innovation and teamwork. The use of authority by the leader as details leadership moves to joint leadership style becomes smaller, and the area of freedom for followers increases as details leadership moves to joint leadership styles becomes higher. What are the factors affecting leadership style? The model suggests that a leader's choice of style depends on three key factors. Number one, leaders' characteristics, for example, confidence, experience, and leadership philosophy. The second factor is subordinates' characteristics, for example, skill level, motivation, and desire for autonomy. And the third one is situational factors, for example, urgency, company culture, and tax complexity. The key takeaway for this is the continuum of leadership recognizes that leadership is not one size fits all. Effective leaders must adapt their styles based on the situation, team, and organizational needs. Take Elon Musk as an example and see how his leadership style shifts along the continuum of leadership in different situations, putting in mind the tells, sales, consults, and joins leadership styles. Tells or autocratic leadership for crisis situations. When Tesla was struggling with production bottlenecks for the Model 3, Musk took direct control of the manufacturing process. He personally made key decisions and even slept in the factory to ensure issues were fixed. This is a classic TELS approach where the leader exercises full authority without employee input, necessary in urgent, high-stakes situations. Sales, convincing employees. Musk often makes bold decisions like removing side mirrors from Tesla cars, or designing the Cybertruck that may not initially have widespread support. He justifies these decisions with data and vision, persuading employees and stakeholders why it's the right move. This fits the sales category, still leader driven, but with an effort to gain buy in. Consults, seeking employee input. At SpaceX, Musk holds regular engineering meetings where he listens to engineers' ideas and incorporates feedback. Employees challenge his ideas, and he often modifies plans based on expert opinions. This is the consult style. Musk still makes the final call but values team contributions. Joins or democratic leadership, open collaboration. For Tesla's open source patents initiative, Musk allowed employees to collaborate on making Tesla's technology freely available to competitors. This approach, where decisions are made with group input and shared control, aligns with the joint style. Takeaway of this is Musk shifts his leadership style based on the situation. High control tells and sells in crisis or product launches. More collaborative consults and joins in innovation and problem solving. This flexibility is exactly what the continuum of leadership model suggests. Great leaders adapt to circumstances rather than sticking to a single leadership style. Now let's take Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, as another example. His leadership transformation at Microsoft is a great way to see the continuum of leadership in action. Satya Nadella and Microsoft leadership evolution tells or autocratic leadership, setting a new direction. When Nadella took over in 2014, Microsoft was struggling with internal conflicts and a stagnant culture. He immediately shifted Microsoft's focus from a Windows first approach to cloud and computing or Azure and AI. He didn't wait for consensus. He simply made the decision and expected teams to execute. This is tells a firm top-down decision necessary for rapid change. Sales, cultural transformation. Microsoft had a competitive, toxic work culture under previous leadership. Nadella introduced a growth mindset philosophy, encouraging learning and collaboration instead of internal competition. He didn't just impose the change, he actively promoted it, writing the book Hit Refresh and speaking directly to employees about why this shift was necessary. This is sales. He made the decision but worked hard to persuade and inspire employees. Consults, employee-driven innovation. Unlike the past command and control leadership at Microsoft, Nadella listens to employees and encourages bottom-up innovation. He launched Microsoft Teams in response to feedback that employees wanted a better internal collaboration tool to compete with Slack. He allows teams to present ideas, then makes the final call. This is consults seeking input before making a decision. Joins democratic leadership, empowering teams. Under Nadella, Microsoft adopted open source collaboration, something the company had resisted for years. Instead of forcing a decision, he empowered teams to work with developers outside Microsoft, leading to partnerships like integrating Linux into Windows. This is joints where employees have more autonomy and leadership trusts them to make decisions. Takeaway: tells direct control used in a major strategic shift or cloud focus. Sales persuasion used to reshape company culture. Consults or collaboration used to drive innovation internally. Joins democratic leaderships used to embrace open source and partnerships. Nadella's adaptive leadership helped transform Microsoft, making it more innovative and employee-driven. Let's look at Pep Guardiola, one of the greatest football managers, and how he applies the continuum of leadership at clubs like Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and Manchester City. Pep Guardiola and leadership in football. Tells or autocratic leadership, establishing a system. When Guardiola took over Barcelona in 2008, he immediately removed big-name players like Ronaldinho, Deco, and Ito, despite their talent. He enforced a strict possession-based style or tiki-taka, demanding players follow his tactical vision without question. This is classic Tells. He dictated the structure with no room for debate, ensuring quick adaptation. Sells, convincing players to trust his philosophy. When Guardiola arrived at Manchester City in 2016, he benched longtime goalkeeper Joe Hart because he didn't fit the playing from the back system. Many fans and players questioned his decision, but he justified it by explaining his tactical philosophy. He later introduced Ederson, a goalkeeper skilled in passing, proving his vision was right. This is Sells. He made a firm decision but took time to explain and get buy-in. Consults, adapting to players' strengths. Unlike his rigid Barcelona system, Guardiola adjusted his tactics at Bayern and City based on players' abilities. He consulted key players like Kevin De Bruyne and Ilkay Gundogan, refining their rules to maximize their strengths. He listens to player feedback in training sessions, even allowing tactical tweaks. This is consults. He makes decisions but consider players' input before finalizing them. Joins or democratic leadership, encouraging tactical freedom. Over time, Guardiola gives senior players more tactical responsibility. At Manchester City, he allows experienced players like Bernardo Silva and Rodri to make on-the-spot decisions based on game flow. Players are trained so well that they know when to improvise rather than waiting for strict instructions. This is Joins. He trusts his team to make shared decisions on the pitch. Takeaway: Tells used when imposing a new philosophy, Barcelona in 2008. Sells used when making bold squad changes, Manchester City in 2016. Consults used when refining tactics based on player input. Joins used when allowing senior players tactical freedom. Guardiola evolves his leadership style based on team maturity and circumstances, showing how the continuum of leadership works in sports. Let's discuss the continuum of leadership in Obama politics. Barack Obama and the continuum of leadership. Tells or autocratic leadership for crisis decisions. After taking office in 2009, Obama immediately ordered economic stimulus measures to recover from the financial crisis. He also authorized the Navy SEAL raid to eliminate Osama bin Laden in 2011. Top-down decision with no room for debate. This is Tells. strong, authoritative leadership in high-stakes situations. Sales, healthcare reform, or Obamacare. Obama spent years convincing Congress and the American public that the Affordable Care Act was necessary. He went on TV, town halls, and speeches to sell his vision, even though opposition was strong. This is sales. He made the decision but worked hard to persuade others. Consults, foreign policy, and cabinet meetings. Obama frequently consulted advisors before making foreign policy decisions, such as dealing with Iran's nuclear program or Cuba's diplomatic relations. He held long debates with military and diplomatic teams before taking action. This is consults seeking expert opinions before deciding. Joins or democratic leadership, encouraging grassroots movements. His presidential campaigns were built on community-driven engagement, encouraging volunteers and local leaders to shape messaging. He empowered teams to self-organize and make decisions at the local level. This is joints, delegating decision-making to trusted teams. Continuum leadership can also be applied to entertainment. Take an example of Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios leadership. Tells MCU or Marvel Cinematic Universe blueprint. When Kevin Feige took over Marvel Studios, he strictly planned a multi-phase movie roadmap from Iron Man in 2008 to Avengers Endgame in 2019. Directors had to follow a set vision, ensuring films fit within the MCU timeline. This is Tells a firm, structured leadership style. Sales, convincing Disney to buy Marvel. Feige pitched the idea of a shared universe, convincing Disney to buy Marvel Studios for $4 billion in 2009. Many executives were skeptical, but he sold the vision successfully. This is sales, persuading key stakeholders. Consults, director collaboration. Feige allows Marvel's directors like Taika Waititi and James Gunn to bring their own creativity while ensuring MCU continuity. He gathers feedback and makes small adjustments rather than controlling everything. This is consults, balancing creative freedom with strategic oversight. Joins, letting creators shape the future. In Phase 4, Feige has given more control to directors like Chloe Zhao, Eternals, and Ryan Coogler, Black Panther, allowing new voices to shape Marvel's future. He trusts writers and directors to build unique stories. This is joins, giving decision-making power to creative teams.